Hello, Cleveland, and everyone from everywhere else. Welcome to your 10-minute TA for the day. Let's dive right into the charts. All right, so since yesterday, right around here, when I made the video, price action did come up. Came right up to that next major resistance that we've been talking about, that 99.6 resistance level. Bounced right off of it, found resistance, bounced off of it, came down, found a little support from our former resistance here on the 6-hour chart, now acting as support, and bounced back up and is currently holding price action at around $98,326. So, well, it's bouncing around 48, 61. Anyway, yeah. So with that movement, we're now, with that support being found on this resistance, that's actually is a good sign. Now we did also, you'll see that the 200-day moving average, not 200-day, but the 200 moving average here on the 6-hour chart also is acting quite kind of like resistance here as well. And let me just point out another correlating factor. 31, was it? 31.14. Come on. Is it down there? Anyway, the top trend line on this bull flag that this bear flag is within is also acting as resistance there at that 99.6 level, along with this Fibonacci retracement 0.5 on the 6-hour chart and the 236 on the 90-minute chart. There's just a lot of resistances that correlated at that price level, and all those resistances they shut the bulls down. They shut that upward movement down. And, the bulls took control bears took control for a minute, excuse me, and came down. Now, as long as we can hold over these former resistances now acting as supports, these green downward trending supports now, as long as price action can stay over that, then good. The bulls have another chance to, bust over these next resistance levels that we're need to get over, like we talked about yesterday. And that'll give the daily here a chance to push up a little higher and hopefully, start breaking out of this squeeze to the upside. But again, the squeeze doesn't tell us that it will go to the upside, just that a breakout is coming. Now, price action did come to the top of the Bollinger Bands here on the daily chart as well. And so now what we're going to be looking for is if these Stokes you see here on the 90-minute chart, they're pointing down, indicating to me that for the next several hours, half the day to the rest of the day, we're going to see some downwards movement. Same thing here with the RSI. We are seeing lower lows, no divergence no bearish divergences though, just correlation between the price action and the RSI, which is a good thing actually. So the RSI is still in bullish territory. Now, if this stochastic down here can get down to oversold territory, that's down here under the 20, it usually will reverse from down there. So now if it gets down there and reverses back upwards before price action or gets under this, downward trending support, these green downward trending lines, as long as price action can stay over that before we see that reversal coming, and RSI can stay over the 50 here, maintaining bullish territory on the 90-minute chart, well then, hey, we got a good chance for the bulls to push back up and give that 99.6 level another test. However, if the RSI does break under that 50, or we see price action break down under these green lines, well, then we're probably going to see the Stokes here on the 6-hour chart as well come down. Now, if they start coming down and the RSI there starts coming down, it's the same deal. We're going to watch for it to not break over that, under that 50, and for before the stochastics have a chance to go all the way to complete their oscillation down and start curling back up. So if we see that oscillation come all the way down and start curling back up before the RSI is under the 50 and price action is under this green line there, then great. We might see some more bullish swings to the upside, another chance to break through that 99.6 level, this downward trending resistance on this bull flag, and continue the breakout on this bull flag from the 90-minute charts. So yeah, that's what we're looking for. We need these green lines to hold before while the Stokes get down and start curling back up. If this one can get down and start curling back up before this one even gets out of overbought territory, then it might stay stuck up here and continue this upward push. However, now if the Stokes do go down and the RSI gets under its signal and under the 50 and the price action gets under these green supports, well then over the next couple of days we're probably going to see the stochastics here on the daily curling over and starting their oscillation back to the downside. Now, if that happens, we could see a bounce off of the bottom side of the Bollinger Band down here at a 94.8 again, which would be right around here, right at the bottom of this, of our pattern, still within and back into that bear flag, also back into this bull flag. But regardless, if we see that happen, what we want to see is for the Stokes on the daily to get down and oversold and curling back up before we see that squeeze, disappearing. Because when we see the squeeze start to disappear, the direction that the price action is going or the Stokes are pointing, that's usually the direction that the breakout heads in. So let's watch for price action to stay over these green lines on the 90-minute and the 6-hour chart, while their stochastics make it either all the way to oversold territory and then bounce from there. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. All eyes on the 90 right now to see if it can get down here while the RSI maintains its strength and price action maintains its positioning. Let's take a quick peek at the 22-minute chart just to see where that one's showing us. Well, look at that. The 22-minute is actually already in oversold territory, and it seems to be starting to curl itself back up, while RSI has very much found some strength down here in bullish territory and is trying to get back into bullish territory over the 50 there. So with the Stokes being this low, that actually could happen. Let's take a look at the 5-minute chart. Okay, on the 5-minute chart, we do see the Stokes are pretty high now. So we're going to want to see RSI coming up, putting in a new higher high here on the 5. Same deal with the price. We're going to want to see some higher highs here. So yeah, we're not seeing any bullish divs. We're not seeing any bearish divs. We're just seeing the beginning of a downtrend. Lower highs, lower lows, beginning of a downtrend. Same deal here, lower highs, lower lows. So let's hope that's not the beginning of a downtrend, and the bulls can find some strength here, push up, maybe retest 99.6. That would bring the 22-minute chart stochastics up and the price action up, and that would, find a bottom for the 90-minute chart and a reversal here. However, the way the 5-minute looks, I think maybe some more downside is going to happen. Now we're probably going to, see another test of this downward trending support there, and this one as well. We're basically at the same place before we see the, curl back up and over. So trip back down under 97 today, maybe. Then a trip back up to 99.6. That's what we want to see. And then we want to see a breakout over 99.6. That's my hopium. That's what I'm smoking on. Now, don't forget, though, this bear flag is still in effect. Still valid. So there is the downside down to 87, 88 now. Keeps going up. which is good. But yeah, still some downside down into the 80s that are there. Could happen. Although that 94 has been holding strong for us, even if we do dip down back into there. All right, let's watch and see what happens. Can't tell you what's going to happen because, this is a game of probabilities, not a game of for sures. But yeah. Alrighty. Got anything else? Well, volatility is increasing here on the 6-hour chart. Kind of low here on the 90-minute. Very low there. Yeah, I don't see much. Yeah. So yeah, either going to be sideways for the next couple of days within this range, or we're going to see a breakout to the upside. In the next couple of days, when we get down here, if we do move sideways, well, then we're going to start talking about, hey, we're back in the bear flag and blah, 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 bearish outcomes. But right now we're talking bullish outcomes with bearish, hopefully bullish, preparing for the bearishness. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Music courteously provided by Luminist, Veloa, and Sax Squatch. Y'all have been awesome. Much love. See you later.